I'm Maddie and I perform as Beau Jangles. My character is kind of a homage to the men of that bygone era, while still recognising that most of them were so problematic, and sort of tapping into that fun you get when you listen to like Fats Waller, or when you see like Beau Jangles Robinson, who's like a huge inspiration.
Too high and I can't come down. It's in the air and it's all around. Can you feel me now? The taste of her lips, I'm on the rise. I'm toxic, she's slipping under with the taste of that poison and ice. I'm addicted to this. Don't you know that I'm toxic?
It's also an homage to like butch women around that era, and Stormy DeLavery, who was a drag king who was from New Orleans and performed in the first racially integrated drag troupe, and some people say threw the first punch at Stonewall. What made me choose 1940s New Orleans is definitely the music and the clothes and the swagger and the aesthetic. It's just really cool, and it's really nice as well to be a character from a bygone era and then use that to sort of hold a mirror up to what's happening today and sort of highlight what has and what hasn't changed.
That dating is not always sunshine and roses, okay? I have had to ghost a woman. Sorry, let me provide context because that's a 1940s thing. Y'all won't know what that means. So, say a girl's getting a little bit clingy, all right? She come around my house, she come knocking on my door, but I get my friend Lenny to answer, all right? and then when she goes, "Is Beau Jangles here?" He goes, "Beau Jangles is dead." Ghosting, right?
So Beau Jangles Robinson he danced a lot with Shirley Temple. When he danced with Shirley Temple, that was the first time like a black person and a white person danced together on screen. So Cabaret does bring people of all different identities together. Cabaret in some ways does have a big, it has almost a surprising lack of diversity in a lot of areas, which is why things like the Cocoa Butter Club, hosted by Sadie Sinner, are so important, because they have all POC lineups. Because sometimes you, as a person of colour and as a drag king, not a drag queen, and as someone who's a woman or assigned female at birth, you can feel like a minority within a minority within a minority, and you're tokenized. So people like platforms like the Cocoa Butter Club like really allow to just sort of show off the amazing talent that we have, because people are always turning around and saying, well, I would have more diversity, but where are the performers? It's like, well, here we are. And also it can be a really great, safe, inclusive space for queer people, which is what I found. Like, Cabaret is inherently queer, and I love it. Like, not all Cabaret is queer, but yeah, the best Cabarets got elements of that. All the time we are losing queer spaces because of a combination of gentrification and especially spaces dedicated to queer people of colour and queer women and non-binary people, because still a lot of it is ruled over by the gatriarchy. But we are seeing more spaces sort of open their doors to having that kind of cabaret in, and as long as it's like a safe space for performers to come and bring their wonderful, weird cabaret vibes to, then it's all good.
The one thing about Cabaret is that there's a lot of audience interaction, a lot of audience participation, okay? So like I said before, let go of all your inhibitions, let go of all your, can't do it. And just do it, basically. That's the option of, what is it, the moral of this evening. Just do it, yeah? Trademark.
My day job is quite emotionally intense, so there's something really freeing about, at the end of that, sort of inhabiting the skin of someone else who's also like a really big character. And it's also kind of a way to work through and process some things. Like, I think a lot of people who perform as a drag king or a drag prince or a drag thing are often people who've experienced quite a bit of oppression from the kind of characters they're depicting. It takes me about an hour to get ready. I like to listen to music when I do it. I just sort of do the contouring, and then I use hair from my own head. Cut it up really fine and stick it on with eyelash glue to do the moustache and sideburns. Twist up my hair and put it under the cap, and always have like a little curl hanging down for that little extra touch. I bind with like a binder. I don't use tape unless I'm doing anything that requires an open shirt. Yeah, and I just have a sock in my pants and I'm good to go.